against boxerites, I feel I have a bit of a duty to be objective and watch what I say and be respectful that Vladimir Klitschko has been a world champion off and on for years. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. No problem at all. But if Mormek was one of the best challengers out there now, the division is in crisis. And it really is, because I heard the commentator said Mormek landed a punch, and I didn't see where the punch landed. I didn't see him land no punch. I didn't even see him get in range where he could even think about throwing a counter. And the referee was just allowing Vladimir to grab and grab and grab, and Vlad grabs even when the opponent is not in position to throw a counter. He just grabs, pushes on the neck. And it was a strange fight, to say the least. I hope Mormek got paid well for it. I really do. Hope he got paid well for it. But what you have to bear in mind is it's okay for the Russian and German fans. The German fans, I don't want to be disrespectful, but it's the strangest experience watching how the German fans approach boxing from a spectator level. They don't seem to be excited by the most exciting sport in the world. And this was the heavyweight championship of the world. And look, I've got no problems with the Russians and the Germans being satisfied watching Vladimir hold, grab and punch and knock out a totally inept opponent. But you couldn't sell that fight in Britain, surely, as a heavyweight title fight, after the fighters we're used to seeing apply their trade. You couldn't sell that to Madison Square Garden, that fight, or the MGM Grand. Couldn't. There's no way. I mean, I watched the fight on a stream and I feel cheated. I feel cheated. Look, and I'm not having a go at Vladimir. He done what he had to do. Defended his title. Can't say anything. Before anyone throws accusations of, oh, you're racist, you're just jealous because there's no black champions. Even if that is true. Glenn McCrory even said, the challenges on deck right now are weak. And Glenn McCrory's right. And a few of the other commentators said it too. And they're right. Jim Watt was asking how we're going to view them in 20 years' time, considering how weak the division is. And that's a valid question. But before we look at the past with rose-colored spectacles, we have to bear in mind there was a time when Joe Louis was defending his title in one particular period of his reign where they was calling his challengers the bum of the month. The thing was, though, they're probably talking about the likes of Tony Galento and Abe Simon and guys like that, maybe. But the thing was, Joe was getting rid of them quickly, like the bums they were. And he wasn't holding on to them every second that the action got up close. And the thing with Vladimir is, if you've got a weak opponent, you should be at least using that opportunity to showcase your full repertoire of skill. And he doesn't do that. I mean, the holding on is just excessive. I mean, look, I'm not going to make no bones about it. I've never really liked Vladimir. I like his brother better, obviously, because Vitaly is cautious. And I don't blame him for being cautious. Don't get your head licked out to entertain people, you know what I mean, till they're talking like that. I don't blame you. I don't blame him for that. But Vitaly will try and lean back from the shots, then throw a counter. He'll try and block. Conventional defense. That holding shit that Vladimir's doing, you have to either be his wife or his kids to say, yeah, I like watching that. And that's the truth of that. Man's holding on like an octopus. I mean, even after the referee came into the corner and told him, Lo, you're holding on too much, man. And Emmanuel Stewart said to him, look, you're holding on and the guy isn't even countering. and you're holding on to him. And when he went out for the round that he finished the fight, he still wanted to hold the guy in the same scenarios, like when the action got up close. But he obviously remembered that the referee reprimanded him, and so did his coach. And he still struggled. You could see mentally he was struggling not to do it because he has this fear. Too much, way too. Even when he fought pillow punching Eddie Chambers, same thing, fear. And look, I don't box. I don't really like criticizing boxers because I don't box myself. I like watching it. So criticizing it is a bit fucked up. But the thing is, I don't think I'd box if I was that scared of getting hit. I don't think I would. And I don't even advocate slam bam, head first, face first. I don't advocate that. But one of my future videos, I haven't actually got all the details down, is, I think the title was, I don't like boxers who sell themselves on having an iron chin. I don't like the idea of that because I don't believe no fighter has an iron chin. If you haven't been dropped yet, it's only because the right punch hasn't caught you yet. It's as simple as that. So I don't even go for all this toe-to-toe, getting your head beat out to entertain. You can still be entertaining, in my opinion, and use fundamental boxing skills, defense, jab, footwork, ring generalship. No doubt, though, Vladimir finished the fight with a powerful 3 or 4 punch combination, and it was over. And can't really say no more on the fight than that. The German crowd went home happy. I think the rest of the world were just left scratching their head, thinking what was Mohammed doing in the ring. And somebody said that Tony Thompson is the next challenger. And Tony Thompson is another guy. No one can name me a performance where this guy has got you out of your chair and said, yo, that's a world title challenger who's worthy of competing for the heavyweight championship. He's fought Vladimir once and got knocked out already. He blamed some leg injuries for that. So we'll see how he does next time around. And I suppose that's that. I watched the undercard fight with Ola Afolabi. He finished his fight nicely, and he's the interim WBO champion or something. He's got Marco Huck's old belt. And yeah, he's got that laid-back countering style where he just doesn't seem to gas at all. You know what I mean? He doesn't seem to get winded at all. And he took the guy out, the Russian, like he dropped him, stopped him on his feet. He threw some nice counter punches, some hard counter punches. And he's always in range to hit you, slipping, blocking, moving his head well. Good fighter, man, good fighter. I also watched Jamie McDonnell. He won in 2 rounds. Jamie McDonnell's a British fighter, European, Commonwealth, British champion. They're talking about putting him in with George Arce. Won't be a bad fight for him. He's 5'9", so he'd be well advised to make use of that height and that reach he has. And Arce's slowing down a little now. So it's a calculated risk, but one he has to make. Similar to when Ricky Burns fought Katsidis. And everybody thought Katsidis were going to eat him alive, but there's only so long you can shield your fighter away from the tough challenges. And I think he's got to make the move now. If he keeps defending the European Commonwealth, he's just going to get stale, I think go for it now. Start moving up now. Sink or swim. And he's got some tough work. If he's going to be going in there with Maris, Agbeko, Moreno, and them dudes, it's a tough division, man. Bantamweight is a tough division. And some of you fanboy sort of fans, like, you get on the Sergio Martinez bandwagon or the Pacquiao bandwagon or whatever. You need to go check out some boxing beyond mainstream names. Go check out some bantamweights. Guys like Vic Darchinyan deserve more attention than what they're getting. There's no doubt like that. Action fighters You don't want to see that because you think small guys can't fight. They can fight. There's more to boxing than Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao talk. There's more to it than that, you know? Go on YouTube some of Juan Guzman's old fights. Go and watch Rigondeaux, the Cuban, Nociaka, Donet, junior featherweights. Go and learn something, man, you know what I mean? Google the ring boxing ratings, yeah? This is good advice if you want to be taken serious as a boxing fan in debates, on forums, or on YouTube. This is good advice. Go and Google the Ring Magazine boxing ratings, right? Look at all the fighters in the ratings and go and YouTube some of their fights, because I'm being serious, right? I haven't had one debate where one of you have come back with a rebuttal with something about boxing history or current boxing which is tangible to say, yeah, this guy's got some knowledge, man, about boxing. You know? Using the N-word repeatedly. That doesn't cut it, man. In a boxing debate, it don't cut it, man. You got to be able to break down fighters and their strategies, you know? You got to have some input to how you see the game's going to transcend, you know? It's kind of like music. Some of these kids these days, if it's not Nicki Minaj, Wayne, or Drake, they just don't know what the fuck's going on, man. They don't know shit. They don't know shit about some old school funk, some R&B, some dancehall, some dub, some King Tubbies and them thing there, you know what I mean? See, and the thing is, like, you can't use the excuse that, oh, I'm young, I don't know all them old school. But the thing is, when we started getting into music, we was learning about the music that was about before, way before we was born. So why can't you do it? And we didn't have the internet. You know what I mean? Stop being lazy, man. And start being real with yourself, man, because this Pac-Tard shit is falling off quick. And the Black Tard shit is falling off fast. So yeah, a disappointing heavyweight championship fight tonight, but you win some, you lose some. So I'm going to end this video now and say peace out.